So you remember I've talked to you before about the violence volume dial. So the analogy is like a volume dial on a separate. Remember in the old days we used to have tape deck, record deck, tuner, amplifier. So on an amplifier you have the volume. So starting at 0 right to 10. Use the analogy of that, right? So we used to call it the violence volume dial, but we've just changed the name now to use of force dial. But basically what it means, if I used something like a level 2 on the violence volume dial, that's probably a stiff talking to. Get away from me, don't touch me. Conversely, if I was forced to use a level 10, keep it from an alarm perspective, then I'm about to render you completely unconscious or beyond. Right? That's what it means. So, UC prepares for a level 10 threat, which requires a level 10 response. And anything that you find yourself in, you approach it mentally, ready to go to level 10 immediately. But that doesn't mean that you need to. So what that means is that although I approach it with level 10 in my head, if I'm forced into a preemptive response and I get an immediate effect, man down, I will hit the big red stop button in my brain and turn my use of force down. So in this case, I might have used 5 because 10 wasn't necessary because you weren't what you thought you were. So I can give you an example of that. A very dangerous individual in a nightclub one time who was being quite threatening was left to me to deal with, and in my head I had a plan of what I would do. He'd been drinking all day, so I was just going to clinch him dynamically and try 3 knees into his bladder and fuck him right up and put him on the floor, and then 3 of us were going to drag him out because he was huge, big fat fuck. And cut a long story short, the dialogue led to his behaviour leading to me to have to preempt, and as soon as I clinched him, he went to his knees and he was semi-conscious, and I just put him on the floor. He actually felt like cream cheese, so he wasn't what he thought he was, and it was a bit of an anti-climax. I was like, how's that here? And then we come along, just dragged him out. In fact, we fucking rolled him out. He was so big, right? But the point is, you've got to have that instantaneous ability to even though approach at 10 to recognise when to turn it down, and conversely if you need to turn it up. Make sense? Right, okay, so I'm going to use the analogy of a palm, just a palm as a tool, palm, well, which we know, right? So the lowest level of force way in which I could use a palm is as a stop sign. Okay, right? Stay there, just stay where you are, don't come near me, you make me nervous, stay there. So I'm using the palm presence, which in any language in the world means stop, as a signal to tell you don't come any closer. And I'm enforcing that physical boundary with a verbal boundary. Stop, stay there. Right?
Yeah.
Stop, stay there. Stop.
Please stay where you are. Stay there, please.
All right, give me anything.
Stay there, mate, stay there. Just stay where you are.
Stop there.
Once.
Right, so that would be the lowest use of this palm
Yeah.
I could implement, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So on the scale, that might be 1 or 2.
Okay.
Right? Outside of that, you have encroached.
Yeah.
But it's just an ambling. You just test it, you're putting your toe in the water. In which case, if it does that now, I'm going to give a gentle push. Stay there, mate. Please just stay where you are. I told you, I don't know you. Right, so I'm just using a push now.
Okay.
It's just a push. Yeah?
Yeah.
Show me that.
Please, can you stay where you are? I don't know. You stay there.
Good. Excellent. Right. That was more block.
Yeah.
Right. So that might be a 3 because we've made contact. Because you know what? In this day and age, if I come up here and went, that's assault. It's common assault. So it's got to go up on the volume, isn't it? Right. Conversely then, let's say that you were hostile, you said something threatening, or you come forward sudden, and now my push you away, has to turn into a fucking stay back, stay the fuck where you are.
Yeah.
Shove.
Yeah.
Well, shove it now. So it's sharp and it's curt to the centre of body mass. So maybe use 2 hands. And the advice when you push anyone away is push them away or shove them away as you shove off them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you've doubled the distance.
Yeah.
And this innately triggers the flight response. So if he stick your feet from there, you recognise I can dissuade this and leave.
Mm-hmm.
If he breaks out of that and comes forward, you know you're in a fight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you need to know the difference. And so this was just a push.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now this is a boom shove.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Show me the difference.
Stay away from me!
Good. Right? And what you might add here is posturing. So what are the two resources that you used to keep him back?
My voice.
Your voice.
My voice, yeah.
What else?
My confident body.
Presence.
My presence. Yeah.
Absolutely. So my voice and my presence is a tool, isn't it? That's what I'm using, right? So I can use it as a stop, I can use it as a push, I can use it as a shove. If you ignore that, I've got a strike.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Man down shot. Yeah. Necessary to follow up. Yeah. Go. That would be the ideal snatch you can read. But nothing in life is ideal. It
Nothing.
can go wrong or go wrong.
Yeah.
So you must have a contingency plan, and that would be follow up. So just stand square. Square. That's it. Well on, man. Down as you've got. Right? So in terms of volume, if I've gone boom one shot, that's probably 6 or 7 on the dial. If I've had to continue, that could be anywhere up to 10. Right? Now I'm going to take it beyond that. Right? So as an example, palm strike is a concussive shot designed to hit a bony plate to shake the head to render you unconscious. But in order to do that, you need certain attributes. So maybe the person that's delivering the shot is of small frame, light in the arse, small body, can't necessarily transmit a hell of a lot of power. Maybe it's a smaller girl against a larger, stronger male, or a smaller adult. In which case now, we're going to combine this concussive strike with tissue-inducing trauma. So this would be a palm strike. This would be a palm strike with a gouge to the eye, which I would follow up upon. So you're entering with impact, which is concussive, and then you're continuing the assaultive part with tissue-inducing trauma damage, maiming. So rip, gouge, tear, bite, etc. So the idea is enter with impact, rip, tear, and gouge, and finish with impact. Right? So as an example, you can use this palm from any number of positions. So she could throw a straight palm to my forehead, boom, hit me here. Or if we're closer range, she could check my arm, come straight up under the chin, bam, up under the chin, like so, right? So if you look at works by the great-grandfather of combatives, W.E. Fairbairn, he said that to attack the eyes is relatively difficult unless you attack them in succession or indirectly. So if I've got one shot, boom, this eye jab, and I miss it, I've just poked her in the forehead and wasted the shot. Hence the reason we don't use one shot, we use an eye blitz, which is a succession of 3, because why to get in. But the other way is to attack the eyes indirectly. And the example from Fairbairn is to come up, boom, under the chin, and then into the eyes with the fingers, right? So the motion, if I employ it, first let's do it from a solo pad, grab a pad. Yeah. I'm going to put this pad here for a platform for a chin and jawbone. And conversely now it's closer than this one. This was arm's length. This one is about an elbow's range away, right? But instead of using the elbow, I'm just going to bring the palm up, and under the chin. Classic chin jab, right?
Yeah.
Show me this. Ready? Up and under. Good. And again, up and under. One more. Up. Now, keeping it in contact, I want you to imagine that the fingers are hooking over and into the eyelids. So I've got my nails behind the lids of your eyes. And literally, from that shot when I rip these in, I'm just going to break it all the way down and tear DNA off your face. Right? So she'll do it. She'll go chin jab, grab, and rip. Again, chin jab, grab. Now, this could be striking the chin and then into the eyes. Or if you've got a small hand and you're dealing with someone with a big head, who maybe also has a boo-boo lip,
Yeah.
you might strike up and under, grab the lip structure and then rip that off the face. So I'm entering with impact, and then I'm going to soft tissue trauma damage, which is maiming, to maximise my effect, and then I might finish with impact. So I might go strike, grab this, rip, and then boom, elbow to finish. Right? So to do that, all we're going to do is this. You're going to go strike, rip, elbow. That's what you're going to do. That's it. Right, come here, Rick. Yep. Up, rip, elbow. So I'm going concussive to tissue injury, trauma damage to concussive. Right, this would be an example. Now, what's useful is to get some sort of dummy head. So you can have a bob like you see on the walls here. You can get a facial pad, or you can get one of these. They ain't that great, but it worked for the example that I got, right? So if you see this, right, you can see that it's been torn up. It's been torn up, see?
Yeah.
And this is literally from the thumb going in and tearing it up, yeah? And this here was slap grabbing the ear and rip. I ripped the fucking ear off it. But it's really good because it's got facial features that will allow you to get a feel of what I'm talking about. So as an example, this chin jab into the eyes, raking down. Yeah, right. Another example would be that I use the palm, just with using the palm as an example for my use of force style. So right now I'm going right in the realms of volume 10. And I've just come up and done this, but I can also use the palm in a hook motion. So let's say, for example, that I preempted Eddie and he crashed into my body here just to shut me down. Yeah. He pulled me this side. Well, the palm that I've got, which I had here, ain't here now, so now I've got to modify it. So I've got a palm hook. I've got this motion that hooks around and strikes the target, in this case the back of the head. If I index the back of his head with that shot, my fingers can come into the face and now I can rip back this way, you see? So I'm going strike, rip, strike, rip. I'm dragging my nails across the face, so I hit the jaw and then I'm raking the face back, which exposes the neck, now I'll bury the elbow. You see what I'm doing? Yeah. Right, so just all I want you to do is strike, rip. I mean, that's it. Again, so hook that one good. One. Good, right, last one to finish this module. Right. When you throw a palm strike in a conventional Western combative sense, you throw it like this. Fingers are pointing upward. The objective is that the palm hits you somewhere in the chin. Maybe this soft part of my palm collapses the nose, and the fingers are always kept forward so that one or more might secondarily reliably hit an eye. But the idea is I hit with the palm in this way. If you look at Chinese Wing Chun, the way in which they employ a palm, instead of like this, they will cant it. They'll cant the hand this way. Right? And the reason that they want to cant the hand this way and keep the thumb forward is that when I just throw this, boom, I can just hit the chin and it's very concussive. Yeah. But if I point the thumb at the eye, I can hit the chin and punch the thumb into the eye. You see? So I'm not hitting the chin and then going to the eye, I'm punching it in. Punching it in, so it's driving it straight in with the strike. And that's how this got ripped. And as soon as you punch this in and rip across the cornea, now you're going from impact concussive to trauma, tissue in trauma damage. So you want to finish with impact. So you're going to go strike with the gouge, rip, headbutt, boom, elbow. Right? So on our pad, hold the pad. So first thing I want you to get, push the finger forward. So I want you to cant and strike. Cant and strike. I mean, now you don't strike and retract, you leave it on. Yeah? So I'm striking and leaving it on. Yeah? And then from there, I'm just going to rip across as if I'm ripping across the eye. So the motion is this, but it stays in contact, doesn't come off. I'm going to strike, rip, strike, rip, strike, rip. Yeah? And from there, I'm going to hip up, boom, elbow to finish. Strike, rip, headbutt, elbow. Good. Good. Right, so I want you to just get a feel of that with this target. Right. So from a right-handed perspective, you want to take this eye, but that one's still ripped as well. So you just kind of that way. So what you're looking to do from here, look, from this position, get a little taller. My hand is here, which represents I'm keeping the subject at bay, and this shot is coming straight in. Now, this hand is going to loop behind as I do it. So if I just do that, I'll knock him away from me. So you can't gouge someone's eye by doing that. Just grabbing it because they go, fuck off.
Yeah.
Right, and now you're escalate the level of violence. It's the same with biting. If you're in close and I bit you and you pulled away, that would escalate the violence.
Yeah.
Fucking biting, are we? Right? So whenever you gouge or bite, you've got to put the subject's head in a position where he can't escape. Now you can gouge and bite uninterrupted. Right? So to do that, I want to capture the head. So an example of catching the head might be, I clinch and I pull you in. Now you're in a fucking bear trap. Now if I rip the ear and gouge the eye before I headbutt, there's nothing you can fucking do about it.
Yeah.
So instead of, as I gouge the eye now because I've held you close, instead of you getting angry, you trip an opposite response innately, which is self-preservation. So you recognise I'm losing a body part or my eye's being destroyed, and now all you want is your mother's womb.
Yeah.
So I want to pacify you with this, or I want to fucking end you with it, right? But nonetheless, if you're going to gouge, you've got to capture the head. So although I'm punching this out with the thumb in that position, you could use it that way and then just escape. In this case, I want to maim. So I'm going to use this hand around the back of the head here in conjunction, boom, with this. So this is coming round and I'm punching this in. Now I've got it captured, do you see?
Yeah.
So I'm going from here, like so. From here, this comes, this goes here. So I'm in. So I'm getting a whiplash forward as that drives in your eye. Look, it's already sunk. Yeah? And then from there, I'm going to pull it out, boom, and then I'm going to roll back. Right? So I'm going concussive entry with maiming, boom, to a concussive finish. Good, there we go. Good, throw the head in as well. Make sure you hit the elbow in tight. Good, alright. The ranges that we're talking about, so if you are at arm's length,
Yeah.
this is the shot that reigns supreme, right? But if you're encroached upon me, or the situation is crowded and it's dictated you're this close, then this comes much more passive. Well, if it's passive and my hands are up in a placid sense, then I shouldn't trigger any alarm in you unless I'm obvious, and I don't intend to be obvious. But it's from this position that I would pull as I drive this in. So I'm driving that in as I pull you on.
Yeah.
Flipping it across, boom, then I go from there, do you see?
Yeah.
So your first motion, hands are up, compressed more.
Yeah.
You capture as you hit with this. So that's it. And try aim it so that you punch that straight in. Now if you landed it, boom, but you hit the cheekbone, just find the orifice, right?
Yeah.
But the idea is that this impactive shot is going into the eye.
The same time as
At the same time, because now you've detached the retina, right?
Right.
The hands are up, boom, good. Scan the eye and rip it across, head butt, boom, and the elbow. That's what you're doing.
Right.
Do about 5. Good, get pissy with it.
Didn't gouge.
No, I haven't done that. Gouge, though, I want you to. Can't gouge. Head butt, boom, elbow. Last one. Gouge, head butt, elbow. Good, right. So, all I've used is a palm strike as the example.
Yeah.
This module is not about the palm strike. It's about your use of force style.
Yeah.
So recognising that not every problem that you face is a nail and the only tool you've got is a hammer. If it's a nail, you want a hammer, but it might be something else. So even though I approach this, even if I'm just putting a stop sign up, I've got 10 in my brain, I'm only going to at least strive, if the escalation fails, to use a level of force that's considered reasonable and necessary amongst your peers, or most importantly, from a legal aspect, amongst a fucking clown show of people that haven't got a clue what's wrong. Right? You've got to be in the same ballpark. So the idea is, don't push if you could just put your hands up and tell them to go away. Don't shove if you could push. Don't punch if you could shove. And don't use a brick if you could punch. Only use a brick if you need to use the brick. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And how do you actually work that out? Because obviously you're always walking towards.
So threat disparity, right? So
Yeah.
if a guy walks towards me and his hands are in any way concealed,
Yeah.
I'm immediately assuming he's got a weapon, I'm ready for tear. I'm not negotiating,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you that this is a sequence, do this, then this, then this. There'll be no time.
No.
Absolutely no time. What I'm telling you is these options exist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you've got subject that's non-problematic, it's a subject that's a threat. And in between those two polarities, you've got a spectrum of options and plausible situations, right? So maybe someone's coming up to give you a bit of an hard time, and he's got his hands in his pockets, so I'm assuming he's got a weapon. And I just go, stop! Fucking stay there! Show me your hands! Don't come near me! Don't come near me! As I'm moving away. So in that case, I've used the palm as a stop sign.
Yeah.
And maybe he recognises, well, that's going to be more hassle than it's worth, and he leaves.
Yeah.
If he ignores that and comes forward, I'm not going to the next stage, I'm striking.
Yeah.
You'll recognise immediately, you'll know it instinctively, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But conversely, if a guy comes up to you and goes, excuse me, mate, I've got the time, you go, boom, 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 boom. You know, it's extreme. So, I'm just showing you, recognise that you can use your tools, proactive and reactive, and recognise you can use your tools from a low level of force up to a high level of force. So in this case, to recap, stop sign, push, shove and posture, preemptive strike that continues, or preemptive strike that goes into maiming to create as much damage as
I didn't do very well with the first stop. Maybe I can do it again.
Which one? Yeah, do it again.
Just
Which
be
one?
blunt.
Yeah.
Just when,
one more,
just
one
when
more.
the level is
So you're
top.
left arm, you're left
So
hand,
you said,
remember?
yeah. So all you're going to do, Ed,
Yeah.
rather than keep walking, you're just going to do this. You're going to look her up and down. She's already seen you,
Yeah.
right? And then you're just going to do that. So you want to say it as soon as I move, right?
Yeah.
So I'm here. I see you. And I go,
Just can you stay where you are?
so that's what.
Yeah.
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 So let's say that I had good intentions. So nowadays you can't go up to someone and say, a woman, let's say, she's putting her shopping in the car, and she's struggling. Oh, let me help you.
Yeah.
It's just she'll either freeze, call 999,
Yeah.
or you think you're a lunatic.
Yeah.
So the way to do it now, because unfortunately it's the way society is, so I'll give you an example. I'm in my car, see a girl struggling as I'm pulling away, I had the window down, and I went, love, you alright? Can you manage, or do you need a hand? Just asking. And she went, no, actually thanks, I've got it. I went, no problem, see you later. Then off I go, right? That's the way you do it.
Yeah.
So let's say I've got good intention.
Yeah.
I'm just coming up to ask her something, but she's rightfully not paranoid, but maybe she's just present and prepared.
awareness,
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I walk you walk towards her, and she goes, "No, stay there, please, mate. I don't know you."
Yeah.
And you go, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Yeah, just do that.